At breakfast, my mom looked at me coldly and said, "You'll never be worth anything." My dad added without hesitation, "This family doesn't need you. We're better off without you." My sister just smiled across the table. None of them realized I'd already moved the entire family savings into a trust under my name weeks ago. I pushed my chair back in silence, walked out the door, and a month later, "Don't talk back to me, John." Mom's voice sliced through the quiet kitchen. Her hand slammed the table so hard the half-empty orange juice glass shook. "You think you're some kind of hero because you pay a few bills?" she hissed. Dad leaned back, chewing his toast like none of this mattered. "Bills or not, this family doesn't need you," he said calmly. "We're better off without you." My sister Kara smirked over her coffee, phone in hand. "He always acts like he's saving us. Maybe he's just trying to buy guilt." The air felt heavy, like the walls themselves were listening. My hands trembled, but I said nothing. Mom stood up, eyes sharp. "You'll never be worth anything, John. You should be grateful we even let you stay here." I just looked at her. Really looked. They had no idea. Not that I'd already moved the entire family savings into a trust under my name. Not that I'd stopped playing the fool weeks ago. As I pushed my chair back, Dad muttered, "What? Leaving again?" I smiled faintly. "No," I said quietly. "Just done." The sound of the door closing behind me was the first peaceful sound I'd heard all morning. My name's John Mercer, 26 years old. I've been the family's invisible scaffolding since I was 19, the one fixing broken things they never said thank you for. I wasn't angry that morning. I was tired of being their safety net, their emotional punching bag, their reminder that they once had a son who didn't fit their perfect picture. I work nights at a logistics firm. It's not glamorous, but it paid every overdue mortgage, every emergency bill, every little lie they wrapped in guilt. But lately, I've been quiet, calculating, because silence can protect you, or it can arm you, and they didn't know which one mine had become. Family members introduced Mom, Linda Mercer, 54, still living like she's owed something from the world. She's got this habit of sighing like life betrayed her first. Dad, Richard, runs a small auto shop, the kind of man who preaches hard work while drinking away Fridays. He respects everyone but his own son. And then there's Kara, 23, the golden child. Perfect hair, perfect grades, perfect lies. She calls Mom Queen Linda and gets away with everything. When we fight, they move like a team. Mom cries, Dad sighs, Kara twists the knife, and I just listen. That morning, they weren't really arguing with me. They were arguing at me, as if I was the wall that could take it. But this time, the wall had cracks they couldn't see. 2 nights after that breakfast, Kara called me. "Hey," she said casually, "Mom and Dad said you locked the savings account. Why would you do that?" I didn't answer, just let her voice fill the silence. Then she added, "They needed that money, John. You're being selfish." That word, selfish, almost made me laugh. The same people who drained my paychecks now called me selfish because I finally protected what was mine. "They said you're trying to punish them," she continued. I said quietly, "No, just making sure no one gets hurt anymore." She scoffed. "You mean you don't get hurt?" Her words hit deep because she was half right. And when she hung up, I caught something in her tone. Fear. Because she knew something was about to unravel. It happened the next Sunday. Dad called a family meeting, his voice fake calm, his jaw tight. When I walked in, Mom had paperwork spread out. Kara stood behind her like a soldier. "Explain this," Dad said, tapping the trust documents. I sat down, unbothered. "That's where the savings are now. Safe, accountable, legal." Mom's voice rose. "You stole from your family." "I moved what I earned," I corrected. "You just got used to pretending it was yours." Kara laughed bitterly. "You're pathetic." I turned to her. "You ever wonder why your tuition was always paid on time? Or who bought your car after Dad's loan got declined?" Her smirk disappeared. The room went silent except for the clock ticking. Then Dad said low, "You think you're better than us? I looked at him straight. No, Dad, just done being less. That's when I saw fear flicker in his eyes for the first time. I remembered being 16, standing outside in the rain while Dad shouted from the porch, "If you don't like how we do things, find your own roof." Mom didn't say a word. Kara just watched from the window. That night, I slept in the car, soaked, freezing, hungry. The next morning, Mom brought me in, handed me a towel, and said, "Don't tell anyone. Your father was just stressed." That's how it always went, hurt covered by excuses. I worked 2 jobs at 18 to keep our house from foreclosure. They never thanked me. And now, years later, they acted like I was the villain. But that night, sitting alone, I realized something. The real betrayal wasn't what they said. It was what they let happen in silence. The real secret came out accidentally. I got a call from the bank manager, an old friend of mine. "John," he said carefully, "someone tried to withdraw from the old joint account. Claimed to be you. They even had your ID copy." I froze. "Who was it?" I asked. He hesitated. "Your sister, Kara." When I confronted her, she didn't even deny it. "I was just helping Mom and Dad," she snapped. "They said you'd taken everything. We needed it." I stared at her. "You forged my ID." She crossed her arms. "You forced me to." It hit me then. They weren't just ungrateful. They were desperate enough to destroy me to keep their version of control. But they didn't realize I had recorded everything. Every transfer, every call, every lie. I wasn't just defending myself. I was preparing for justice. When the truth broke, it broke loud. I sent the recordings and the proof of the forgery to all of them. No message attached, just facts. Within hours, Dad was shouting, Mom crying, Kara denying, but I stayed silent. When they finally called, I answered once. Dad said, "John, you can't just destroy your own family." I said softly, "You did that years ago. I just stopped rebuilding it for you." Mom begged, "We can fix this." I replied, "No, Mom, we can face it." The line went quiet. Then she hung up. And just like that, the weight I'd carried for years lifted. I moved out of town a week later, small apartment, 1 couch. Peaceful silence. Kara texted once. "You'll regret this." I typed back, "No, I already regret staying that long." I started sleeping better, eating better, breathing better. For the first time, I wasn't waking up to someone else's chaos. And when people asked if I missed them, I said, I missed the version of me who still believed they'd change, because that version deserved closure. A month later, Mom sent a letter, handwritten. She said, "We didn't know how much we hurt you. We thought you'd always come back." I read it twice, then folded it quietly. People think forgiveness is a door you either open or lock, but sometimes it's just leaving the key outside, for peace, not reunion. I still check on them from afar. Dad sold the shop. Kara moved away. Mom started therapy. And me? I finally started living, because for the first time I don't carry their weight anymore, just my own. And that's enough. If you were in my place, would you forgive them, or would you walk away forever? Tell me in the comments. Your voice matters here. Hit like if you've ever been the quiet one who finally stood up, and subscribe if you believe silence can be power, not weakness. Because sometimes the softest revenge is peace.